Okay, guys, this video I'll be talking about the Flash 2021 movie. Number one, I was surprised that they didn't bring up the whole Ezra Miller choking situation at DC Fandom because it's like they're just playing like so hush hush about it. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Ben Affleck's coming back as Batman. Oh my god, I took me by surprise because I was for sure he was done. And by the way, I would love to see his version of Batman because he just gets the character so well. But that's crazy. That's crazy that he's coming back. I think it's probably gonna be a cameo. It's nothing special. Probably maybe just a send off for the character. But I didn't think we'll get another second of Batman. Ben Affleck's Batman. I just think we wouldn't have gotten a single second. People would be like, "We're getting a," because people are so greedy that like we're getting Ben Affleck as Batman back. But then they figure out it's only a cameo. I'm mad about that. And it's like I'm still would be disappointed if we don't get more. But I'm just happy that we get even a millisecond more. A centisecond or whatever of more of this character. And I think the director of the film, Andy Muschietti or whatever, said that he would be important for the emotional part of the film. But I don't know if that's like, but that doesn't mean it's a substantial role. That doesn't mean it's substantial emotionally. You can have just one scene and that be a driving force of the emotional part. And I think another giveaway that maybe he doesn't have a big role is that he only got the script a few weeks ago. But what if he just got the script a few weeks ago but signed on a few months ago? And ideally, I would love to see his version of Batman directing, writing, as he's an Academy level writer, Academy level director. And certainly a great Batman, because I think what he understands the nature of Batman, and that Bruce is the mask, Batman's the person, that Batman's number one, Bruce is number two, and because most comic book characters, example, Iron Man, for example, Spider-Man, Peter Parker's the person, Spider-Man's the mask. But Batman, the idea of Batman is that he becomes Batman in that alley, and Bruce Wayne, as we knew it, was dead, and Bruce Wayne was more a mask of Batman. And just the way he played it, with his mannerisms, he never felt like he was billionaire, playboy, philanthropist, or whatever. He always felt he was Batman, just hiding out at that moment, as a billionaire, as Bruce Wayne. Where it always felt like, even as Bruce Wayne, he was always thinking of what he's going to do next as Batman. Great example of that is the scene in Batman vs. Superman at the dinner party. That was Batman talking to Superman, because Superman is the same way. Superman's the same way. Clark Kent is the mask. Superman was the person. And so that scene in Batman vs. Superman, I love that scene where Superman was meeting with Batman, and they were both in their masks. And that just goes to why I think Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck are probably the best interpretations of Superman. While I do think Dark Knight is a better Batman film, Ben Affleck I think is a better Batman and Bruce Wayne, because again he understands that idea of the character of and that's what it's not a alter ego. It's Batman, and his mask is Bruce Wayne. It's not he's gonna turn on Batman, he's gonna turn on Bruce Wayne. No, it's Batman hiding in a billionaire's body or whatever. That's weird, but as billionaire. So I think he just understands the character, and everybody who's read the script said it was great. I would love to see his version of Batman, but just having him back, I hope it's a substantial role. I hope he has a lot to do. Maybe he will do a film. Maybe he'll do something like that. So, I don't know. But anyways, to continue. The whole idea of the Flashpoint would be such a hard story to adapt, which is why I think they'll totally make it their own, which is totally fine. Because I think they'll ditch the whole Battle of Atlantis and the Amazonians, and having Michael Keaton back as Batman also. I don't even think I talked about that either. That's cool. I mean, I really like him as Batman, but I hope it's not just a gimmick for Michael Keaton as, let's just bring him back. And as soon as I heard that for Flash, I'm like, ew. Because the multiverse is such a tricky thing, where there's so much, at its best, it can be amazing, but there's so much room for error and so much room for it to become a joke. Like in The Flash, when you had Ezra Miller's Flash pop up in the Flash show, that just felt like a gimmick and felt stupid. And so, like, because ever since they said, oh, Ben Affleck was going to be in The Flash and they'll have two Batmans in the same film, everybody was thinking and everybody was saying, like, oh my god, you know, oh my god, Christian Bale should do it, Val Kilmer should do it, George Clooney should do it. And it's like that, at that point it becomes less serviceable to the story and more just fan dreams that are just like would make like I can imagine a 5-minute great YouTube video of just all the Batmans popping up in an action scene together, but for a full-length Flash movie. You know, I think that's the interesting things. I don't think Michael Keaton, I definitely think will most likely have a bigger role than Ben Affleck, because I think maybe the way it'll work with like Ben's at the, because like the way kind of the Flashpoint story works is that the Justice League are in the beginning, but then because of Flashpoint they're no longer there and it's Thomas Wayne as Bruce Wayne. But maybe they're changing it into Michael Keaton is the Batman. Because I don't know if they're gonna bring back the actor of Thomas Wayne from Batman versus Superman. I don't know. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. I don't know. So it's interesting. It's an all interesting thing. So I think the multiverse again is a very touchy subject because it can be really great, but it also can be very questionable. So I don't know. But I'm stoked to have Ben Affleck back because I just think he embodies Batman on the best, because he's able to turn on that dark and grittiness and as Batman and kind of that, but yet understand, because I think that's what Christian Bale also did badly and did poorly. Again, I love him as Batman, but I think the way he kind of operated was, okay, Bruce Wayne's first, Batman's second. I think that was kind of almost what it felt like for again, Bruce Wayne and as Christian Bale's interpretation, because the way he almost did it was where it would be like Bruce Wayne at night would become the Batman, but here it became Batman during the day was Bruce Wayne. And I think it's not semantics, it's just the truth by the performance and by the tone and mannerisms, dialogue and acting and just character decisions, because I can make clearly the decisions that Christian Bale's Batman as Bruce Wayne makes is clearly a Bruce Wayne decision, but here it feels like Batman's making their decisions. I know it's just semantical in some cases, but it's really not, because it's just the way you can tell that again. And I always will go back to that scene in Batman versus Superman, where it's just Superman and Batman talking, and it's not Bruce Wayne saying, "Oh, I don't think Superman's good." It's Batman. You know, it's not Bruce Wayne that's meeting with Wonder Woman and dancing with her. It's Batman. And I think I can easily contrast that to a scene of any real scene in as Bruce Wayne in any of the Dark Knight trilogy films. But obviously, I'm not saying that Batman vs Superman is better than the Dark Knight. Clearly, it's not. I'm just saying, as a character, I think, as the overall interpretation of Batman, I think Ben has it the best. But at the same time, my level of excitement is very tempered, because it is only, merely probably a cameo. But Flash is interesting because, again, we've had so many directors, so many different developments. So I'm at this point where it's like, I'll believe it when I see it, and I haven't seen it yet. It's not even gone in production. And just the wild Flashpoint concept is crazy. Flashpoint is one of the craziest storylines in comics and just in general. So I'll be interested to see how on earth they're going to adapt it, if they do. I'm just assuming that. I mean, that's what everybody's saying. Because, you're having Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck back? Yeah. How's that going to work? And plus, people are saying Flashpoint, so I'm just going to run with it. It's Flashpoint. And so I'll be interested to see the further development. Stay tuned for more videos, especially as I will be making my Batman one in just a bit. Stay tuned for videos coming at you.